I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Falcor's back! Oi, I'm gonna have to go to the human world. They're gonna need my help.
Dada, me come too.
Okay, son, let's help the humans.
The NeverEnding Story 3, an all-new adventure as the creatures of Fantasia come to our world.
The Nasties must have the NeverEnding Story.
Maybe we could make a few things happen to him.
What is this? This is crazy.
The Henson creatures get the world in an uproar.
Yo, Empress!
Check it out, Wilma. I'm the new keeper of the book.
This is my story, and I'm not gonna let it happen.
Jason James Richter's a fabulous new adventure, The NeverEnding Story 3. Coming soon to theaters everywhere.
What the fuck was this? What the fuck was this? I remember the first NeverEnding Story. I remember it being pretty good and magical with some really great cinematography, really bring you into the fantasy world where kids used to read these things called books. The memorable title music, Never Ending Story, na 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 na. Nice direction by Wolfgang Peterson, really solid special effects. And this, okay, this is a request for Ryan. Thank you so much for anyone who wants to send in any paid requests for pretty much anything, review or topic or reaction or games, which is whatever. Feel free. You can send either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, this is easily a direct-to-video film based on the budget, based on the story. It stars Jason James Richter. That's the guy who is the star of the Free Willy films. He was the lead in those. He even says, the star of Free Willy. I'm sure most people don't know what the fuck Free Willy is or care about Free Willy. But they were a thing for about 5 minutes. And now he's the grown-up version of the kid that you saw in the first movie. Only I remember those movies being more serious. And this is definitely more goofy, more silly, more comedic. Because I remember the first film, the villain was the Nothing. There was this almost scary villain, this creature. Here, it's a bully group called the Nasties, led by Jack Black. Yes, Jack Black. Oh, and you know who directed this? Peter McDonald. You know who that is? The director of Rambo 3. He also did More Money with Damon Wayans. More money, more money. I'm like, the director of More Money and Rambo 3 did this? I love Rambo 3. More Money? remember I have some issues with it, but I remember being okay. This, though, what the fuck? What the fuck did they do to some of these creatures, man? Rottbiter, what the fuck did they do to you? They domesticated your ass. You got a wife who literally got a stone bra and talks like, want to back you. She talks like she's the mother of the girl in Goldeneye who kills you with her thighs. And if that mother was like, 60 years old, and maybe a man, maybe the dude, maybe it is a dude, it's a cross-dresser, rock-biter, female impersonator, I don't fucking know. And Falcor, more like fucked up. What the fuck did it do to Falcor? I don't even want to show a clip because it probably made me look like that, like I'm fucked up. Then you need to unfuck the situation. Falcor, what the fuck did they do to you? They made you dumber of a character. They made you a bumbling idiot. I don't know where I'm flying to. Hey, miss. And he thinks an airplane is a fucking person, is a fucking thing to talk to. An airplane. Can you tell me where I need to go? And Falcor looks like they took the fucking thing from the first, they put it in a washer dryer, and they just went on fuck A. And this is what came out. He looks fucked up. He looks like he went to a methadone clinic after a heroin binge. Did Falcor take drugs since I last saw him? Is he trying to get on the wagon? Or back from the wagon? Or the bandwagon? Or some kind of... Did he get drugged behind a fucking wagon? What the fuck happened to Falcor? Isn't Atreyu a part of this franchise? Where the fuck is that character? Even Atreyu, that character just said, sayonara, suckers, I'm gone. I'm not even going to be in the fucking movie. Where the fuck is Atreyu? So the kid, Bastian, he's a lot older. He's moved into a new town, going to a new school. He has a new stepmother and a stepsister. The stepsister is a fucking bitch. That's what she is. A bitch. Holy shitola, Batman. The only thing memorable... I can't even talk. God damn it. The one thing worth the shit about her is she's listening to Seal's Kiss from a Rose. It makes me yearn for Batman Forever. I'm like, Kiss from a Rose? You listen to Kiss from the fucking Rose? How the hell did you get that song in this fucking production? That song probably cost more than this entire movie. So Jack Black in an early role. Now it says in the trivia that apparently Jack Black was a big fan of the first film. That's why he said yes to this film. And then apparently he thought this film sucked so much dick that he did not want anyone to bring it up in interviews. But you know what? I hope one day someone does. I hope someday he talks about this fucking film. Because that'd be fascinating. But he's part of this goofy group. You know what his gain is? His gain is the type that would try to pick on the Power Rangers. Because that's how goofy this movie is. That's not a slight to Power Rangers. That's the kind of show it is. Where it has that sound effect cornball, at least to me. I'm sorry. I'm just not too much into bing, bang, boom when someone gets hit. And compared to the first NeverEnding Story, this one is just a lot goofier, more cartoony, more silly, with more cartoonish sound effects if someone gets hit. I mean, the worst the nasties do is lock Jason James Richter in a boiler room. Then he escapes. He gets the book, which for some reason the book is in that school too, the NeverEnding book, and looks nothing like the book in the first film. It looks nothing like it. It looks nothing like the NeverEnding Story book. You can't even copy and paste the book? Does a book cost that much fucking money? You can't make a reproduction of that book? Is making a book that looked like the book in the first film, does it cost that much fucking money? Is that going to put a big damper on the budget? Or they thought, nah, we didn't see that movie. We don't know what the book looks like. Yeah, you can't find a fucking videotape to watch it to see what the fuck the book looks like. You can't do that amount of research, you lazy fucks. Look at Falcor. He looks like he took a bunch of fucking heroin. Oh, in order to escape, he grabs the book and he goes, I say I return to Fantasia to escape the nasties. And I don't even want to get into how the fuck this whole Fantasia power structure works. I guess you can go into their world whenever the fuck you want. You can take them into the real world whenever the fuck you want, as long as you wish it. I thought the book was what you were doing. That's what was being written. But then later on in the film, there's a scene where what's being written is happening before it's actually done. Usually you open the book, you're reading what has just happened. You're reading what has just occurred. But later, when our lead fights Jack Black, the stepsister is literally reading what is about to happen. He is going to kung fu you. I'm like, what? So I don't even think the movie knows. So he escapes into the world. The boys are looking for them. Jack Black decides to pick up this book because he seems to know there's some importance to it. He starts reading it, and then he starts making shit happen that starts fucking up Fantasia. And you get a lot of really shitty, cartoony music you would see on Saturday morning cartoons and that sort. And the characters, we have these two little itty-bitty Irish characters, which most of the fucking film, they're in a goddamn Federal Express package. Barty, who's like a shitty lounge act from Vegas saying terrible jokes. Oh, Rottbiter has a wife and a son, and the son seems like he wants to be the baby in that TV show Dinosaurs. I was ready for him to go, not the mama. Because what happens is, the lead kid, this fucked up Falcor, the two little people, like little, the Barty the tree, and the baby, they get transported to the real world. It's a lot cheaper to film in the real world. But they go in the real world, but they're split up everywhere. But somehow everybody knows where the fuck to go. Okay. Well, I guess... would they know the kid's new address? Would they? I mean, the kid moved. I guess they just know where the fuck he lives. Whatever. They know how the real world works. But they don't, because Barty's in the middle of a forest. He tries to talk to the trees, and then he sees, loggers getting trees, and he thinks they're murderers. So he doesn't know how the world works, but he knows how to find the kid's place with the address. I don't fucking know, man. Sometimes they know this world, sometimes they don't know this world. Barty, he's annoying. Give me some baking soda, I'm kindling. Again, Rottbeier has a wife with a stone bra, and they get in a bunch of fights because the baby is gone. Oh my god, how could I forget before all that happens? Oh my god. Oh my lord. Before all that happens, the Rottbeier wants to take his son out on his motorcycle. He takes his son out, his son's in a little carrier in front, and all of a sudden, Rottbeier starts singing Born to be Fucking Wild. Let your motor running, born to be wild. Why? 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 Why do I have a fucking rat biter with his fucking baby, and he's seen him born to be fucking wild, and he runs over a rabbit? Why? Why? Fucking why? So then, okay, he big wish. It's a wish overload. So they get into the real world, but then they're scattered about. And then Jason James Richter has the idea, well, let me wish for them to be here, or let me wish for, well, something about, I guess there's a way for him, why don't I just wish for the book? And then something about, no, you can't do that. Something about you can't get the book now, or you can't do something because all the people have to be there, otherwise they won't be part of the story, which doesn't make sense, because even he says, well, wait a minute, this is my story. So pretty much the girl's like, nah, you can't do it because we won't have a movie. You're not making sense. You're right, I'm not making sense, because the fucking movie doesn't make sense. It's shitty. One positive thing I will say, I actually like some of the effects of the other guys. I will admit. I know I'm alone in that. I don't mind the effects on the tree creature. No, it's not up to par with the first NeverEnding Story. It's not. It's just not. But you know what? In that sort of Jim Henson quality, I don't mind the look of him. I don't mind his movements. Again, a lot of people don't. I don't mind it. But I'm a sucker for practical effects. Even the look of the baby rock monster creature, a lot of people don't like the look of it. I think the look of him is fine. I actually don't mind it. And the baby, I don't know. He didn't bother me as much as other people. Maybe because the way it's played and its sweet nature, it just wants kisses and hugs. I don't know. I just didn't find him as annoying as other people. I just didn't. Granted, you could tell it seemed like an older person trying to be a baby. And so when you get that and saying lines like Dada is like a bit weird. But I don't know. I guess because I didn't mind the way it looked, the effect, But I'm a fan of Jim Henson's company. I'm a fan of their work for the most part. So again, the baby, the way it looked, and the Barky, the tree, I didn't mind the way they looked. And then the baby, his character, I didn't find him annoying as other people did. I don't know. Maybe I was just too horrified by what they did to Falcor. That's the one that made me go, what the hell happened? And there are like moments like they're all in, I guess, Chinatown with, I see a bunch of Asian people, I see a big fucking parade, I see those dragons that people wear. Even Falcor goes, there's some cute dragons here. What? You want to fuck them? So then they fly away. I'm like, the nasties don't seem too shocked about a flying fucking dragon. In fact, nobody seems surprised by a flying fucking dragon flying away in the midst of this parade. You would think someone would fucking notice a flying fucking dragon flying up with a kid or a teen and a tree or whatever, flying from on the ground in the middle of a parade, flying up. You think someone would notice, but no one fucking notices except the nasties, and they're not too impressed. They seem like they'd be more impressed with getting the new flavor of icy at the Waffle House. Or whatever the fuck. God. But the baby's name is Junior, and the way his dialogue, I'm not tired, sleepy. Yay! That might annoy some people. I don't know why it didn't for me. I don't know. I thought the character was kind of cute for what it needed to be for its intended purposes. Maybe because I've just seen much worse annoying characters. And I like the way it looked. I give credit to some of the effects guys for the budget I'm sure they had, which was low. Much lower than a lot of other movies. And there was more like the stepsister. There's also the medallion. She fucking stole it because she's a bitch and she goes on a shopping mall spree for clothes and mall stuff. And she's a fucking bitch brat. And then later on she's supposed to do this sob story. I don't give a fuck about your sob story. Stick it up your ass. Stick it up your culo, you bitch. I don't give a fuck about your sob story. Take the tears. Get a fucking tea bag. Dump it. I'll drink your tears. Okay? I'll drink them like this. I'll drink your tears, you little bitchy brat. Your tears taste good. They taste like the spirit to my soul. They taste like cinnamon mixed in with lemon, mixed in with glory heaven. Drink more of your fucking tears. Good scrumptious shit. Do you fuck about... The nasty steal the medallion. Because they have the medallion in the book, all things are going up shit creek. Even people in the weird world, they just start hating each other. They start being pissed at each other. And even Jason James Richter and the stepsisters going, hey, look what's happened here. And even some of the members of the Nazis like, yeah, give him the book back. And Jack Black's like, no. Now, Jack Black, before I move on, Jack Black, I think, is doing the best he can with what he's got. It's funny, he's got a unibrow, so like his eyebrows are connected, look like, they look like this. I think Jack Black, it's interesting to see him in an early role. I mean, this is a time he was doing bit roles in Demolition Man. This is well before High Fidelity. This is well before School of Rock. I think this is before even his bit role in The Jackal. Like, this is very early into his career. So, it was interesting to see him in an early role. And like I said, I think he's doing the best that he can. I wouldn't say he was funny or anything, but he's not... This is a role he's given. He's playing this nasty guy. He's getting into his line readings. The way he's maneuvering his face, and it didn't seem like he was phoning it in. It seemed like he was hoping to believe in the project, maybe because he's a fan of the first movie, and it didn't work out. Too bad, so sad. So one thing at least... Oh, in the mall, the little baby Junior goes to a toy store, goes to his picture, sits down, breaks something. Again, these weird, like, goofy cartoon sound effects. Long story short, Jason James Richter, I guess, knows shitty kung fu, beats up Jack Black with boing, boing, boing sound effects. They all get together, they wish themselves back. They go back. Kid comes back home with his stepsister. They're all a family again. And then apparently they thought we loved that whole Born to Be Wild parody so much, they play it the fuck again. They're literally the same scene. Unless I saw a different version of this film that didn't have it. That's why I seriously thought, did I watch some other version of this movie? Or is this really a movie that thought this whole Born to Be Wild scene is so great they repeated it at the end of the film? Like literally the same scene. Or am I missing something? Or did I just go blind and I'm just seeing that over and over again? Positives, Jack Black is doing the best that he can. I don't mind the effects on the junior baby rock creature the Barty, the tree creature. I don't mind the effects of those. But the fact they took what was kind of a serious kids film and they turned it such a goofy cornball, boing boing, put into the real world so we could save on budget. Jason James Richter, I'm sorry, I thought he was I thought he was terrible. I did not think he did a good job at all. Like the kid in the first film, I remember being fairly solid. This, I don't remember him in the Free Willy films, but I thought he was terrible in this. He was absolutely fucking awful in this. I'm sorry if you see this Jason James Richter somehow. Maybe it wasn't your fault. Maybe it was the director. Maybe it was the script. But I didn't give a shit about his character. The stepsister just came off as fucking bitchy and unlikable. And I didn't even give a fuck about her sob story. So I still thought she was an unlikable, bitchy brat. The actress, I don't think she could do much with this character. I think it's the way the characters are written. I don't think it's the actress's fault. I think it's the way the character's written. It's the writing's fault. Falcor, that was the piss poor version of him. Just the way he was bumbling around. When you see like he knew what the fuck he was doing in previous stuff. And it just looks awful. Looks shit. And the whole movie looks more low budget. Doesn't have as much as the sleek, beautiful cinematography and lighting. Just definitely a much lower budgeted flick. And just goofy and silly. And that whole shitty Born to Be Wild scene with Rottweiler kind of symbolizes the entire movie. I'm like, wow, no wonder they made no more NeverEnding Story films if it came to this. Christ. And you don't even have the fucking song from the first... You don't even have that cool song. NeverEnding Story, da da da. Like, you don't even have that. Fuck this movie. This is a shitty sequel. It's a shitty kids film. It's a shitty movie. Oh, another thing. When everything's good, everything's fine at school, everything's fine everywhere. Our two leads are at school. Jack Black and his crew became nerds. Why? Why did they become bookworm nerds with glasses? What made that change? What made that come to be? Now they're nerds. I have no fucking idea. The movie didn't explain it. If it did, it didn't explain it fairly fucking well. Had to waste too much time showing us the same fucking scene of Born to Be Wild son in a horrendous manner. Like it should fucking matter. By the way, the title was a fucking bullshit title. NeverEnding Story, my ass. The story ended. The story ended here. There were no more fucking stories, so it did end. So the NeverEnding Story is a fucking lie of a title. False advertising. NeverEnding Story, it fucking ended. Although I shouldn't be mad. Thank God this story fucking ended. So, you know what? I won't sue you into prosecution for your false advertisement. I'm glad the story ended. I'm glad this wasn't a NeverEnding Story. At this fucking high-tech production. But high-tech is some fucking after-school specials. Fuck this movie. Teach their own. If you like it, teach their own. Like I said, I like the junior baby. I was fine with him, and the effects the effects on the tree thing. Barty, really Barty. I was be called Belky. Go watch Perfect Strangers. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye-bye.